I am Vinnie Tortorich, and folks, here we are again on the Monday show. That's right. This is the one you all wait for. And you're not waiting there for me. Nope. Nobody waits there for me. They're all waiting there because this cutie pie comes on. According to my mother, she is beautiful. That Anna show is beautiful.
Anna show is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's my Marie impression.
You get closer than anyone else to Marie.
Marie.
Yeah, Marie.
I had an Aunt Marie.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't, but I knew one.
You just picked a random woman that you called Aunt Marie?
No, it was my best friend's aunt, but I also called her Aunt Marie, so I was thinking for a second she was my aunt, but she wasn't.
No, did you call her Marie or Marie?
Marie. Her name was Marie, but you call her Aunt Marie.
Aunt Marie. Yeah, it's
like
the southern way of saying Marie.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear people say my mom's name when they say Marie, I'm like, who are you talking about? I don't know any Maries. I know Marie.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
I call it my natural Gatorade. This is 40 ounces in this container of water. Mm-hmm. And I put either 3, 4, or 5 of my own ultra salts in here.
Oh.
And I'll have 2 or 3 of these a day like that.
Does it taste extra salty?
No, it tastes pretty.
Just like mildly.
Good. Yeah, just mildly.
Like a mild
salty.
brine.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Because I'm sweating all day long, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, you are.
By the way, Anna, with all the salt I take in, I salt all my food. Why am I not puffy? Oh yeah, because salt won't make you puffy. Sugar will.
Can you please explain the whole salt? Do you know the stuff? But why do we think that eating sodium gives you high blood pressure?
Because usually you would eat sodium with other crap, and the other crap would give you high blood pressure, not the sodium.
Okay.
So they went, oh, sodium is giving you high. Doctors make it up as they go along. And I've never, now I have all these doctors coming on going, yeah, doctors pretty much know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah, and by the way, I'm not telling people don't believe your doctor, but find a good doctor. They're not all, look, everybody goes, I know a great doctor. No one ever says, I know the crappiest doctor in the world. Guess what? Not every doctor finished in the top of his class.
Wasn't it Gary Taubes was the one who, the whole reason he wrote about why we're fat and what to do and good calories, bad calories is because he first wrote an article about the bad science at the basis of the sodium high blood pressure thing?
It might have been.
Something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember how he got into it. Yeah, I have so much stuff in my head now. I can't remember who did what.
It's really kind of fascinating, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But then when you do NSNG, it actually flushes a lot of sodium from your system that your body's retaining, right?
Yeah.
And so you actually can take in more salt.
It's not that simple. It's not as simple as, but when you're eating bad and you have inflammation, your body will hang on to more water, right? And a lot of times when people are eating crappy foods, fried foods and all this kind of stuff, breaded foods, onion rings, all this kind, with all this extra salt, and then you go, oh, I'm bloated. Why are you bloated? From all the salt. That's what you heard your whole life. Well, hell, do I look bloated to you, Anna? Do I have puffy cheeks?
And you're literally drinking salt all day long.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
All day, every day. Before I even have my own product.
Man. The thing that I hear the most from people is about, oh, I can't have salt. I have high blood pressure from like friends and family. I'm talking about in my personal life.
Wrong.
I'm not even talking about it online. And also, I can't have that because of cholesterol. I have to watch my cholesterol.
So salt has something to do with cholesterol.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Why is anyone watching cholesterol?
No. I'm not saying that. That's the other thing that I hear a lot. That I can't do NSNG because I have to watch my cholesterol.
Yeah. Guess what? Yeah, that ain't your problem. Not even a little bit. Anna,
it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut in that moment. You know that, right?
I know. Anna, you can only imagine what my world looks like.
Well, I already told you I alienated the whole table of people at Matt Kelly's wedding last fall because I couldn't keep my mouth shut. Because at that point, I was 2 vodka sodas in and I wasn't going to keep my mouth shut.
Anna, as you know, I don't like to leave the house.
Why?
And when I do, I like to go straight to the mountain.
Yeah.
Right? I don't like to go too far.
Right.
I go running on the mountain. I go ride my bike on the mountain. I get out in the Pacific Ocean in my little kayak and tool around. I come right back home. I go to certain restaurants because they know exactly what I want. When I sit down, they just bring it to me.
Right.
No, there's no discussion, right? But as you know, every now and then I have to go to the Apple store.
Oh, God, did you go again?
And
I thought you had sworn that place out. I told you to just go to Melrose Mac.
No, I couldn't.
No, you have to.
I couldn't. You got to hear the story, Anna.
No more Apple store. I know. I'm going to make you swear right now. This is
Anna,
it.
I swear it last time. You got to understand, you will see why I had to go. Okay?
Okay.
First off, Serena's out of town.
So your tech support, your live-in tech support human is not with you.
And it was the weekend, and I'm
surprised you didn't call me.
I called Megan the week. I gave Megan the weekend. Well, I don't want to bother everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought about it, Anna. I thought about it.
Oh, I love Megan because she has taken one for the team.
I gave Megan the weekend off.
Okay.
So I have these. They were made by Beats. These things that go in your ears.
Yeah, I have some of those.
Because as you know, I do the phone calls every day. People sign up for the consults, and I like to put the things in. Now I had these. They're for athletes, you know. So it's a little thing that goes in each ear. Mm-hmm. A little thing in the middle like this. I'm showing people on camera. By the way, folks, you can watch this if you want to see this show live and see how the sausage is packed.
Like wearing rings.
We put these on my Vinnie Tortorich YouTube channel, so you can go watch me and Anna. We actually demonstrate some stuff here. But Anna, the thing by Beats, it stopped right here. It was just a thing to go from ear to ear, and there's a Bluetooth thing, right? So it didn't have all this extra, line to go into the phone, right? And they were athletic ones, made to get sweat on them and whatnot. Okay. Remember when I bought my new Mac about 8 months ago? Finally, they told me I needed a new one. Yeah. Remember that whole debacle?
And the homeless guy was in the thing. Yeah.
Okay. At the same time, on that day, I bought these Beats headphones. Mm-hmm. And about 3 months later, they just broke. One day, they wouldn't take a charge. They just stopped in the middle of a phone call. Right. I tried to charge them in. They wouldn't take a charge. Okay. So I went back to the store. Yep. Without Serena. And I said, could you guys switch them out and give me a new pair? Obviously, something went wrong with these. I will tell you what happened at the time, Anna. They told me, they said, we cannot give you a new pair, but we can let you buy a new pair. We will send these off to service. When these come back, you can return the new pair. Remember that whole story? I think I told you.
No, that makes no sense.
I said, so the guy goes, yeah, we have a 15-day return policy, no questions asked. I said, why would you give me a pair that I will now return and you're going to lose product?
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense. They said
why wouldn't they just send it off to repair it and then send it back to you?
I told them that I couldn't do without them in the interim. So they said, here's how you do it. Okay. They showed me how to game their system. So I said, okay, you're an idiot, but I'll do that. That's what you want. That's what I'll do.
Can I just make a guess? When you went to bring them back, they said no.
No, they took them right back.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay.
And they handed me a refurbished pair of Beats.
Okay.
And I said, whoa, what's this? They said, yeah, they trashed your pair. Here's a new pair. I went, where's the box and everything? It's in a Ziploc bag. They went, oh, yeah, these are brand new, but they just don't have a box. I went, no, these are refurbished. Oh, yeah, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Okay. So you mean these will be breaking in 5 minutes and I'll be back with these? You giving me someone else's junk? Yeah. Is that what we're doing here? That is what we're doing. These are perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. Well, as fate would have it, Anna, about 3 weeks later, I was marching right back into that place.
The Apple store? Because they broke again.
I told the woman at the store, I said, look, this is what they made me do last time. I refuse to do that. But here's what we can do. Either you can give me my money back and I can move on, or you and me, we can just march right over to that shelf and you can hand me a brand new pair right now. I'm not playing the charade again. I told the guy not to give me someone else's junk. You guys did that. Now I'm pissed. So we walked over to the rack and she handed me a new pair and she goes, these are on us. Have a good day.
Great.
Right.
Did they break again?
Over the weekend, those broke.
Those headphones are snake bit. You need to do something else.
$200 headphones, Anna.
Snake bit.
So I went back in and you got to talk to the guy out front. He comes over like an animal. He goes, hey, I said, look, I want to see a manager. Manager comes out, super nice guy. What's your issue? I said, look, I still had them around my neck. I said, these stopped on me today. This is the same thing that's happened 2 other times. Da, 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 da. He goes, how long ago did you get those? I said, no, like 3 months ago. He goes, oh, yeah, you're outside of the 15-day window. You're going to have to buy a new pair. I said, no. These things are warranted for a year. He goes, well, we can send. I went, no, we're not sending them in. I said, look, I took him through the whole story from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy's not believing me. He's treating me like a criminal.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes, all right, give me your credit card. I can look up your receipts, and we can figure out where you are. And he was able to look up, and he goes, there's a receipt missing in here somewhere. It turns out one of them was bought back, the credit card. So we finally had a bunch of receipts that showed that I wasn't lying to him. So now He's not looking at me as if I'm a guy who's walking in trying to scam him out of $200.
Right.
But then he said, where's the receipt for these, the ones you have now? And I said, I don't have it. He said, why? I said, because I marched over to the shelf with one of your people, and she gave me this pair, and she clicked something into her little thing and told me I was good to go. He goes, so you don't have a receipt? I said, no. He goes, did you lose the receipt? I said, no, I never had a receipt. So now he's looking at me as if maybe I stole this pair.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes it from me and he finds a serial number on the product to see where they came from.
Right.
And he goes, well, you didn't even get these here. You got these in New York. I said, sir, let me explain something to you. I've been in one Apple store in my entire life. This store. I don't even like the product. I can't stand computers. I don't even know how to turn a fucking computer on. This product was given to me in this store, and some woman tapped something into a computer. I took them out that day, hung them around my neck. Here they are around my neck a couple of months later. They don't work. I want my money back. I want to move on to a different product. Can't do that. Now he's telling me he can't do that 3 times. I said, not only can you do it, you will do it, because you guys charged me $200 for these stupid fucking Beats that don't work. They don't work the way he goes, well, I have a pair. Mine haven't broken. We haven't seen anyone else come in here with this problem. I said, okay. So you're telling me
I love it how they try to make you feel like you're the crazy one.
Right. I said, so I've had 3 pair of Beats. All 3 pair broke exactly the same way. I'm using them the way they're intended to be used, and somehow I'm breaking these? He goes, well, I don't know. And now you're telling me that they're from New York? Where you think I'm running a scam? You think this is how I make a living? Really? Is that what we're doing here?
What did he say?
He looks at me and he realizes that, wait, this is like a normal guy. This is not some guy. I don't look like a scammer.
Do they just have people in there scamming them all the time?
Yes, Anna, I don't know.
It's so weird. Every time I'm in there, it's just regular people in the Apple store who are pissed that their shit broke.
Anna, right after I finish the story, I'm going to write it down. Where's my pen? Where's my...
Just tell me, I'll write it down.
REI.
Oh, REI. Oh, Jesus.
REI. You're not going to believe this story.
Oh, my God.
So, Anna, The guy looks at me again. He realizes that I'm frustrated. He realizes that I'm like, look, I just give me my money back, or I can call corporate. And I said to him, I said, look, I have an online presence. I can make you guys look really bad. Do you want that? Look me up. See who I am. You don't want me. You really don't. So he takes the product again. He punches it in again. And he goes, oh. I said, oh, what?
Oh.
He goes,
oh, sorry, bro.
They did come from the store. I put the wrong code in.
Yeah, no shit.
Now you're getting mad for me. So he looks it up, and he looks it up by the code. He goes, oh, yeah, we gave these out as, good faith. And there's some kind of code they put in for that. I went, great. He goes, okay, this is what he tells me. He goes, now looking through all your receipts and finding this code and finding that, he goes, now your story matches. I will give you
Thank you.
$18 back. I'm like,
$118?
218.
Oh, 218. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was like, really? So the whole time, he was getting ready to call me a criminal that I maybe stole him, and I was trying to bring him back and get money.
And he's the one who fucked up entering the thing.
Right. He gives me my money back, and I leave. Right? So once again, nothing runs smoothly when you go to...
So are you done going to the Apple store? Yeah. I'm telling you, if you ever need anything, go to Melrose Mac. They're one of those smaller authorized deals, and they're so nice, and they take care of everything.
Anna, do they have those kind of products at Melrose Mac?
They do. They have everything that they sell at the Apple store at Melrose Mac. It's
okay, now Anna, I want you to vamp. I want you to do a Villa Cappelli ad. I'm going to walk away from the mic.
Okay.
Because I want to go get what I bought at REI and tell you what happened. I'm in shock about this. Maybe you have an answer. I'm not really in shock.
About
I'm
REI?
wondering about something.
Okay.
Villa Cappelli.
All right, let's talk about Villa Cappelli olive oil, you guys. We're not going to do the oil party VO because, Vinny didn't play any porn music as far as I can tell. Villa Cappelli olive oil is the best olive oil on the planet. It is pure 100% olive oil. As you guys know, a lot of olive oils at the grocery store, in fact, most of them are cut with cheaper oils. They put deodorizers in them. They put chlorophyll in them to give them that green hue of olive oil. And not Villa Cappelli. In fact, when you have Villa Cappelli for the first time, you'll taste the flavor of it. You'll get that Puglia pinch. It gives you a little cough in the back of your throat. That's how good it is. And then it really comes to life when you cook food in it. It comes to life when you do a salad dressing with it. I eat it every single day. And in fact, I'm almost out of that 3-liter tin that I just got for us, Vinny. I need to get another one. Anyway, if you want to get your hands on some Villa Cappelli olive oil, and you 100% should, go to vinnietortorich.com, click through the Villa Cappelli banner ad, or just go directly to villacappelli.com. Do your shopping, get some oils, get some basil sea salt, get some sun-dried tomato spread, get some dried oregano, and buy it all, and then enter the discount code VINNIE, VINNIE, not with the wimpy Y. No. And you're going to get 10% off your order. If you buy $10,000 worth of olive oil, that is $1,000 saving straight into your pocket, folks.
Yeah, it's easy money.
It's easy money.
Easy money, Anna.
The Apple store doesn't give 10% off, I'll tell you that much.
God, no, they charge 10% too much.
Yeah.
They really do.
Villa Cappelli.
Anna,
all right, REI.
As you know, I'm getting ready to go camping with my nephews again. That was one of the most famous podcasts we did, the Snowflake episode. And I'll be happy to tell you they've both been training really hard.
They're ready. And they're not going to let you down this year.
No. But last year, one of the reasons I turned around, I turned around because it was still dark out. My nephew wasn't really used to climbing or anything, or hiking, and he didn't. And we only had one can of bear spray. And
what's bear spray?
Bear spray is a big. Well, you want to see what bear spray is?
Yeah.
Keep talking, Anna. Tell them more about Villa Cappelli or something. I'll go get the bear spray.
Oh, okay. Villa Cappelli is not bear spray. I've never heard of bear spray, but I think that if you have Villa Cappelli olive oil, when you do, I'm just saying words now. I'm just saying words, and hopefully he can find this bear spray in a timely manner that makes sense. Let's see. This show is coming out on July 16th, and July 16th is halfway through the month of July. And that means we're halfway. Okay, what did you get? Did you get the bear spray? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah.
By the way, folks, if you want to see what we're doing, we do these shows on the Monday shows are now
on the YouTube.
On Vinnie Tortorich's YouTube.
On the YouTube.
So, yeah, you can see what we're talking about in the studio. So, Anna, this is the can of bear spray.
Bear spray me.
You see how big it is?
Yeah.
It looks like go on.
It looks like one of those things that go at the beginning of a race.
Yeah, it's a big can of pepper spray.
Oh.
And they're about $60 a canister. And they got a double lock on them. So in other words,
I'm tired.
You want to spray a bear, you just pull this thing back, and then you press the button down, and you unleash, and it comes out like a garden hose, just a big gush.
Doesn't it make the bear mad?
Hopefully, look. The bottom line is, they say this is better than having a gun because they said even if a bear's charging you, this will deter the bear enough to where he might start going in the opposite direction.
Ooh.
They said if you have a gun and you have 6 shots, you'll probably miss all 6 times, even if you know how to use the gun.
Because you're freaking out?
Yeah, you're freaking out from the bear. Yeah. So
that makes sense.
I do carry my 44 mag whenever I go hiking in bear country.
Wow, I didn't know about bear spray. I learned something today.
Yeah. So
thank you, Vinny.
Bear spray. We don't leave home without it. We keep. So last year we had 1 or 2 or whatever. I think 1. And I told them this year, anyone's turning around, I bought enough bear spray for each person. So you want to turn around and go home, you're on your own.
That's good. Smart.
So everyone's got a can of bear spray. And I was there. But as a matter of fact, they keep the bear spray lock and key over at REI. And I'm like, why is that? And they were like,
I wonder why that is.
Oh, because someone could just take a bear spray and come over and just hold us up with a can of bear spray.
People do that, especially REI patrons?
Yeah, I'm like, really? But wait, hang on. That's what I'm getting to. I'm like, is that a problem? Because in Louisiana, Anna, you could go to like a Bass Pro Shop or one of those things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Or and
they have like the guns out.
The guns are on a rack.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all the ammunition is on a rack. Now, they also have the more special guns behind the counter and the whole thing. All the handguns are behind the counter, because people can take a handgun and walk out. But like shotguns.
Yeah. The shotguns are on the rack.
There's like just big rotisseries of shotguns, and there's just rows and rows of ammunition.
Right.
Therefore, you can literally grab a gun, grab the appropriate ammunition, and hold the place up. Now, how many times do you think that's happened in a Bass Pro Shop?
None.
You know why?
None times.
Yeah, because everyone else can grab a gun and shoot the asshole who's trying to shoot everyone else.
Right.
So it's, no one does anything. Besides, all the guys behind the counter, they have a gun on their side. So if you lift the gun up and begin to put a shell in it, you're done.
Right.
You're just done. Right? But that's neither here nor there. REI, they lock up bear spray, pepper spray. That's too much for California.
It does seem silly.
It is silly. So then I started thinking, I was trying to think of every scenario. Now, Anna, when you get to 14, 15, it's almost 15,000 feet when you get to the top of Whitney. It's 14,500 or 600.
Right.
It's cold up there, so you can be hot all day long. And when you get up there, it's cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, okay, I have some extra shells and stuff I could give to my nephews that they can throw on because it's windy up there. If they have the right thing underneath, throw the shell over, and they're fine.
Right.
But I looked around, and I was basically one short. So I said, well, let me get something for myself so that, and I wanted something that, not just, but something that could function at other events, like in England in the summertime.
Right.
Or San Francisco, whenever I have to go there and do it. So you're looking around going, what can be used after this climb for the rest of the year?
Right. So you're not just like hemorrhaging cash for one thing.
Right. I don't want, exactly. And I hike all the way late through the fall and all that. So, I always want things to have many uses. I like to go boating. It's cold in the winter. You go boating here. I bought this, Anna. This thing.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah, I like those.
See what I got here?
That's been nice. Patagonia, it's nice. Probably expensive. Was it $175?
Oh no, it was much more than that. It was, this is called a Patagonia micro fleece or something like that.
Yeah, that's nice. I get the cheap version from Uniqlo. You get the nice one from REI.
Yeah, I'm that guy. So I'm at REI. I get the bat, and I want to try it on. But when I tried to pull off the rack, it wasn't just kind of, you know how they'll put a clip on something?
With the cord, with that metal rope?
They got the metal rope going through the sleeve, and it's hooked to a thing.
Yeah.
I got to get a person to come over. You can't even kind of try it on at the rack. That's what I was trying to do.
Right.
And they're like, no, you got to get a guy. They got this thing locked down.
Right.
And I was like, what? Are people trying to smother people? Like they're trying to hit people with the bear spray? What's this? So the lady comes over. And I said, I'd like to try a couple of these on and see which one fits. And then you would think it's summertime. You would think there would have been a discount on that thing. It was like $250. And I'm trying it on. I try on the large, and the large isn't fitting right. And I put on the medium and the whole thing. I'm trying to find. And she's got a code for each one of these. She's got to code these out. And I said, what's with the locking up? I said, are you guys locking up everything? She goes, oh, no, just these. And I said,
just the Patagonias?
Yeah, the whole rack of these. But I'm looking at other clothes and nothing else seems to be padlocked.
Right.
But this whole rack of Patagonia, these things are being locked.
Right.
And she goes, well, we got to lock these down. I said, why? She goes, this is the most theft thing in the store. People just come in. And she goes, what they do, they'll come in with a gang of 3 or 4 people. Now, Anna, you've been in.
She's telling you the scam.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Anna.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the REI in my neighborhood in Woodland Hills?
No. I've only ever been to, there's a brand new one in Burbank near me.
Okay.
And since then I haven't been to REI like in years. But now they suckered me into the stupid membership, whatever.
Right.
So annoyed.
This is upstairs in the corner, right?
Okay.
She said what happens is they would come in a gang of 3 or 4 people. They would do this, Anna. They would go to a rack and just swoop their arms out, grab whatever they could on the rack, like a whole mob of them. Each one of them would grab a big handful, run through the upstairs, run downstairs, and then run out the front door. This is not an item at the front door.
Wow.
This is a grab and run through it. I said, well, they got a handful of coats. Why don't you just knock them over? She goes, oh, no, our store policy is to just let them go. I said,
that makes no sense.
Steals a rack of clothes and no, store policy is let them go.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
So then I said, why are they stealing?
Because you're not allowed to touch somebody when they're on your property stealing from you?
Anna, this is not even a good-looking jacket. Why? I'm like, why are they stealing this? And she goes, oh, overseas? That's like the hottest thing going. In Malaysia, they can't even get these. So basically, they're stealing them and selling them in Malaysia. And this, apparently, the rappers were wearing this.
I'm tired. Oh, that's what I'm just tired. If the rappers are wearing it, forget it.
Yeah, apparently
they're the trendsetters.
Community. So things that we use for technical wear is stuff that Kanye is wearing, or somebody. That's the only rapper I could come up with. And this is what they're wearing, so all the kids want to wear it.
But let me say this. When one of my first jobs out of college was I sold children's clothes at Neiman Marcus.
Right.
And I hated that job. I was not made for retail. I called out sick at least once a week for like 2 years. Like I never worked a full work week because I hated it so much.
What makes it so bad, Anna? I
just standing all day and dealing with all those rich ladies. Like I just couldn't take it. I worked on commission, so I had to go in at some point and sell some clothes to some ladies, some rich ladies. But
yeah,
they had, and this is when I graduated college, 95. They had a security system that was so good they could zoom in and see the hairs on your head. And they would zoom in. Now, of course, they couldn't have the camera in the dressing room.
Right.
And then the scam was to pee on the, what's that plastic thing that they hammer into the clothes, you know, that security thing that they have to use the machine to take the plastic.
Right.
If you pee on it, it you leave it on, but it won't go through the sensor. So people would pee on it. You could tell because the fitting room would smell like urine. People would go in there, pee on the thing.
Whoa.
Yes.
You would pee on it, and what would happen?
If you pee on that little sensor, it disables it so it doesn't set off the beep, beep, beep. You know, when you
figured that out.
I don't know. So I witnessed just so much crazy shit working in a retail store, especially a high-end retail store, Neiman Marcus at Lenox Mall in Atlanta. And so there were certain ladies, like wives of titans of the Atlanta community,
right,
who were known kleptomaniacs. And what they would do is they would basically here's Mrs. Van Allen or whatever her name was.
Right.
Her husband owns all the car dealerships in Atlanta. And they would let her basically klepto a bunch of stuff. And then they would quietly take her downstairs and arrest her and then charge her for the stuff. You know what I mean? And then let her go. So she had they would charge her.
Meaning charge her for the clothes. She wouldn't get charged.
No, they would charge her for the clothes, but she would get in trouble. And you can't do that anymore, Mrs. Van Allen.
Really?
Yeah. And so, but when it was not a wife of a titan of the community,
right,
somebody tried to steal stuff, and you could just tell because people were they give you the weirdest vibes. You just know when someone's trying to steal something, shoving it up under their skirts or, you know what I mean, doing stuff. They would, because they can't do anything when you're shoving it into your pockets in the store.
You got to walk out with it.
You have to walk out with it.
So how would they catch them?
They would follow the person, whoever it was, because they saw you do it. They have you on camera. By the way, you're on camera every time you're in public, everywhere. So you're on camera all over that store, and they have 10 dudes in security watching to make sure no one's taking that Chanel thing. Make sure you're bringing every item back. That's their job. And then the moment you walk out of the store, there are 5 huge dudes tackling that person.
But why don't they
tackling
them?
Anna. And they tackled them. I'm saying in the 90s, they would fucking tackle them.
Right, but here's my question.
No matter who you were, unless it was wife, titan, klepto lady. Why
won't they go up to them in the store and say, look.
I don't know. I never talked at length to the security guys. I wish I had because it's so fascinating to me. But then the other thing that we had, the Travelers? Are you familiar with the Travelers? The Irish gypsy families called the Travelers?
No, I know that there's gypsies, and I know that they go around and steal stuff. But
yeah, well, the Travelers, their big thing. Remember that show with Minnie Driver and Eddie Izzard called The Riches?
I never saw it.
Oh, it was based on that. There's a community of they're mostly of Irish descent, but they're in the South, in Georgia and South Carolina. I'm sure there are more places, but those are the ones I was familiar with. And they had the last name of Riley, which I always joke because one of my best friends, her last name was Riley. I was like, you're a gypsy. But they had the last name of Riley. They had Murphy, Riley. They had very common Irish last names.
Right.
And what they would do is they kind of go, they're called the Travelers because they kind of go from town to town. You can Google the Travelers. And what this particular family would do is they would come down to the children's department. And at the time, Neiman Marcus had a return policy that they had to accept back everything, even if it didn't have even if you didn't have a receipt or a price tag. So what they would do is try to get merchandise from another Neiman's, and then they would return all, and then we get next season's clothes for the kids. So the kids were all wearing these Neiman and by the way, Neiman Marcus children's clothes. Come on. It's ridiculous. Everyone, what are you buying? Marc Jacobs kids stuff? I don't know. Anyway, so it was a whole thing. And they would go to the foundations department and return dirty underwear and bras. They returned everything, and they were in town once a year. And everyone, here come the Travelers.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And they couldn't really do anything because you know what I mean? It's it's their policy. They have to accept back everything. I don't know if they've changed their policy since then, but it was very.
Well, speaking of REI, they have that thing where you can return anything up to a year. So if you wanted to, I've never done it. I can wear that jacket until it's different colors, right? And then just return and go, I don't want this anymore. And they can't ask any questions.
But do you have to have a receipt?
They have the receipt in the thing.
Oh, that's true. They do.
Yeah. The only thing I returned to them was a pair of shoes that was too tight. Like I wore them for about a month, and I kept thinking they were going to break in.
Yeah.
And I really felt bad about it. And I went in and returned them and said, I just need the next size up. And they were like, no problem. I can pay you half or something. I'm like, no problem. Just, this is our deal.
This is the other thing. When I worked in retail, when I worked at Neiman's, everyone who worked there, the women had to carry clear plastic purses. You couldn't bring your own person because they would check your purse when you went in and out that you weren't stealing merchandise.
Wow.
And I knew women in the cosmetics department who were running these huge scams, and they were like stealing a little bit of product, and then they would go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx and sell it. They would like steal a bunch of like La Prairie or Creme de la Mer, whatever that expensive eye cream is, you know?
Right.
I know, it was crazy. The whole pilfering thing was crazy.
My thing in life, Anna, has always been, if you're spending that much time to do the wrong thing,
I know, just spend the time to do the right thing. I agree. It was crazy. I learned a lot. You see a lot of human nature. You know what I mean? You see a lot of how people really behave.
I knew a guy once.
I did not like it.
And this is when I knew I couldn't hang out with this guy long term. And he worked for Guitar Center when he was in high school and college, and he was a musician. And he goes, oh, yeah, I stole a saxophone. I stole a trumpet. Those are
not small instruments.
He stole a couple of guitars, like PRS guitars, all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
And I was like,
the balls on that guy.
I was like, how did you do it? He said, it was the easiest thing in the world to do. He goes, my job was to unpack all the boxes of when the new instruments came in. And he would just, when he would throw the boxes away in the dumpster, he would just leave a saxophone in one of the boxes, throw it in the dumpster, and then just go that night and just pull it out of the dumpster.
Wow.
He just wouldn't unpack one of the saxophones. And his job was to haul everything to the dumpster. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh my God.
And at that point, this is a guy who I used to let come over to my house when I lived in Brentwood. I was like, well, I gotta get this guy out of my life.
Yeah, no, if he does that to them, he's gonna do that to you. Exactly.
Yeah. It's
I dated a guy once who broke into my car and stole my car stereo. Remember how when you could car stereos could be stolen out of the car?
Yeah.
So I was 19, and he stole the car stereo out of my car. And the reason I found it out that it was an inside job was because I took it to my friend who installs car stereos, and he was like, "Oh, this is an inside. Like somebody you knew did this because they didn't take all the equipment out correctly. Like a thief would take it properly, take the cage and everything."
Right.
And then I found a couple of my CDs that were also stolen. I found them in his shit. I was like, that motherfucker.
Did you call him on it?
No, we had long since broken up.
Wow.
And he also gave my phone number for when he defaulted on his student loans. And literally 10 years after we dated, I got a call from the student loan people saying, like, have you seen Lee? And I was like, no. What a horrible human. And he had the audacity to write me a couple of years ago on Facebook saying, I'm moving to LA. If you have any referrals for any jobs, let me know. And I was like, go fuck yourself. No, I'm not going to give you a referral for a job because you're a terrible garbage person.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look, Anna, I know this show has been going on and we haven't talked about health and fitness yet, but we have to do a show like this every now and then because
I know.
It's amazing what goes on out there. And, look, I mean, I'm an old guy. When I walk into an Apple store, do I look like the guy that's trying to take you for a ride?
No, that's what I don't understand. I guess everyone's on the defensive now and the customer is never right. It's almost like the customer is always a scam artist instead of the customer's always right.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I get it. I dress like a bum. But,
we're in LA. The more you dress like the bum, usually the more successful you are.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, just look around at me, man. I mean, you could tell I'm not that guy. It's like, all they had to do was look at, and finally I told him, and I think this was the turning point with that guy. I said, yeah, it was the same day that I bought like a computer. He goes, what kind? I said, the biggest one you have with all the accoutrement. And he goes, can I look that up? And he looked it up. He goes, that's under a company called NS&G Lifestyles. I said, yeah, I'm the owner. I'm the CEO of that. And he goes, oh, and all of a sudden, that's when he started playing along with me, right? And before that, it was all bullshit to him, right? Then all of a sudden, the CEO of a company is here.
Right.
You know, now he's treating me differently.
Right.
But he shouldn't have had to have come to that. He was looking at me as a criminal.
Right.
Right? Until he realized, wait, this guy's probably got a couple of bucks. He wouldn't be in here trying to steal a $200 set of, whatever. I don't know.
It's just so weird. Well, speaking of criminals, you want to talk about Oz?
Wait, yes, I do. Did we do Villa Cappelli yet?
Yeah.
We did?
We're just going to talk about a different kind of oil right now. Because apparently Oz oil. Apparently a few months ago, we talk about Oz a lot on this show. And Oz a few months ago, he's been supporting the non-GMO food movement, right?
He's supporting the non-GMO food movement.
Right. He's supporting, he wants GMO labeling, yada, yada, yada.
Okay. All right.
Which seems like, okay.
Right.
Every now and then Oz does the right thing. Every now and then, twice a day, the clock is right, kind of thing.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
That's the phrase.
Yeah.
And so he's talking about all of a sudden, he goes, before you cook dinner tonight, I want you to add one key ingredient. And then he pulls out the damn corn oil. Mazola. Remember Mazola? That's to me what I remember from my childhood, Mazola corn oil. So yeah. And then who was it? Was it Florence Henderson who did the Mazola corn oil ads? Or was it Fleischmann's? I don't remember what she did.
But they used there was one when I was really young, and they had an Indian running across. Let me see if I can find that ad, Anna.
Yeah, you gotta look for it now.
The Indian Mazola ad. They have an Indian running across a plain. It was like the Indians ate something called maize. 1976 Mazola margarine, we call it.
I'm sure it's in there.
Here we go. Let's see if this is the one with the Indian first. 1970. Let me do the one from 77. Yeah, that's not the one I was looking for. This is it comes from the sun and the soil. It's like one of those voice of God guys.
Right.
Let me try this. There was one where they had an Indian running across a field. Let's see if this is it. Another white guy. Let's try this. Let's do this. This actually has an Indian in it. Here we go. Wow, Anna.
Wait, you have to tell me which one. I have to look it up now.
You call it corn. We call it maize.
Ooh.
Even before America was America. It was like they went right to it. Here, let me get that quote again. Oh my God, Anna. Listen. Here. Before America was America.
Is this with the pretty Native American lady?
Yeah. It could be a Mexican woman, but yeah, they're calling her. It's like when we had the Indian farmers actually an Italian from Yeah, you play it, Anna.
You can hear it if I play it.
Yeah. Play it loud.
Okay.
You call it corn. We call it maize. We are about the goodness of maize, corn. Before America was America. You call this Mazola margarine because the corn oil in Mazola comes from maize. Mazola margarine has no cholesterol, naturally. And Mazola tastes fresh and good, naturally. Call call this Missoula margarine.
Wow.
And remember, it gets goodness from maize.
Anna.
Goodness from maize.
Yeah.
Well, that might as well have been Dr. Oz.
We called it America before it was America. I'm like sitting there going, and look, Anna, they got all the keywords in. We're talking 1976.
Yeah.
It's naturally cholesterol free. I mean, look, folks, if you think this just started happening yesterday, 76.
Yeah.
76.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a more racist commercial than that.
No, that's pretty bad.
Before America was America. You called it corn. We called it maize. You called it America. We were fucking here first, bitch. Yeah, I mean.
By the way, she's probably Italian. She's probably not even.
Iron Eyes Cody was
Native
Italian.
American. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anna, as you know, when I was a model, I did a lot of Mexican ads because
I'm sure.
Mexican, they didn't want Mexicans because Mexicans are Mayans and most Mexicans are short and squatty. So they wanted darker looking Italians to play Mexicans.
They wanted European looking.
Yeah. They wanted European looking Mexicans. I can't tell you how many ads I did down in Mexico. My agent would even tell me, she would call me and go, how tan are you right now? Because, in the winter, I get a lot lighter. And you see, look at me right now on the video.
You're tan.
Yeah, I'm pretty dark.
So apparently Oz says, I'm talking about corn oil. He says, before you cook dinner tonight, I want you to add one key ingredient. Imagine I'm doing my Oz impersonation.
Yeah.
Oz says at the beginning of a segment, it's easy to find, it's highly versatile, and it may help lower your cholesterol. I'm talking about corn oil. It's pretty good Oz. I just did. It's pretty good.
He's obviously taking money from these people.
Obviously.
I mean, this guy, why is he not in prison?
On the show, Dr. Oz promotes the corn oil from his trusted sponsorship partner, Missoula, as a healthy choice. But it wasn't long ago he was singing a different tune on these types of foods. A little over 3 years ago, Dr. Oz invited activists and researchers on his show during which he discussed GMO labeling and also shared his concerns about the pesticide and GMO industry. Quote, I don't feel confident as a scientist, a physician about what we've been getting ourselves into, Dr. Oz said about the growing influence of the agrochemical industry in the U.S., while demonstrating how the controversial crops like corn are designed to work by absorbing huge amounts of pesticides. He urged Americans to contact their congresspeople to save GMO labeling, calling the U.S. food policy a new GMO pesticide arms race because of its favoritism to the industrialized, chemically insensitive food systems and new pesticide approvals. And then Missoula, his new advertising partner, states that its consumers may have concerns about GMOs and its products on its website and includes information on how government health bodies have stated that the foods have been deemed, again, safe. I'm doing air quotes, by the way, safe.
Yeah.
They're quoting, I'm not like doing air quotes. I'm doing air quotes because that's where they're using quotation marks.
You know what? I'm going to make a pact right now, Anna.
Okay.
I can't say when this is going to happen. I got to get through my first film first.
Okay.
As you know, I'm getting ready to do a film on fat.
Right.
Documentary.
Well, corn oil is a fat.
Peter Pardini, here's what I want to do next. I want to do a film called The Wizard of Oz.
Great.
And just go through all the lies that this guy, just show all the contradictions that this guy has done over the years. And I won't even be in it. I'm just going to come in at the beginning and go, hi, folks. My name is Vinnie Tortorich. I'm doing this film.
Right.
For the next 90 minutes, I'm just going to show you guys contradiction in this guy and just go bam,
right.
bam, 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 bam. Just down the line, showing contradictions of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because when you have this kind of thing, Anna, you know, we deal with these kind of guys all the time. Oz doesn't give a shit. He makes money wherever he can make money. He doesn't care about you or anyone else. He'll say one thing one day.
Why else would he have Missoula as a sponsor? And I guarantee you they had probably 25 meetings to figure out how they were going to launch and do the whole thing.
Ugh.
About how are we going to say it? I already said this thing. I feel uncomfortable. What am I going to say? And then they give him sound bites and they give him a publicist and they train him and they said, say this, say this, say this. And meanwhile, they're all putting millions of dollars in their pockets.
Anna, would you believe what I'm about to tell you? My assistant is locked out. She locked herself out of the house.
Oh, no. Well, we have to end the show anyway.
Well, we're going to end it in, what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to go get her? You want to let her in?
No, she can wait 5 minutes.
Poor Megan. She's going to quit. She's going to go home and never come back.
She's already sick.
Oh.
So, look, the bottom line is this, Anna. You know, I like to bring up Oz every now and then. We don't have to belabor this point. I like to bring him up because I don't want people to think that this guy's some kind of fucking hero, because all he does is lie to people. And that's what drives me nuts. You know, I can't take it. I just can't take it. And I'm glad that we're going to have more of a presence. I'm glad that you have more of a presence out there. I'm glad that I have more of a presence. When I talk to Nina Teichels and all these people, we're all getting more of a presence so we can bring these kinds of people down. You know, the American people do not need to be lied to by fucking Oz.
Well, let me ask you this. Who do you think is more dangerous, Oz or Jillian Michaels? Because Jillian Michaels feels like there's a level of ignorance. Oz knows better. He's a doctor. He's a scientist. He knows better.
Who's more dangerous, Oz or Jillian Michaels? I say Oprah. Was she one of the choices?
No.
You know, look,
wait. Shag, marry, kill. Oz, Oprah, and Jillian.
All right. Oh, we haven't played this in a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck, marry, kill. All right. I got Oz, Oprah, and Jillian.
Yeah.
All right.
I know what I would do.
You want to go first?
Fuck Oz, marry Oprah, kill Jillian. Done. But I'm not putting his dick in my mouth.
All right.
Unless it's covered in Mazola corn oil.
I think I have the only choice out there. I'm marrying Oprah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I have to marry Oprah.
Yeah.
Right. Because then let me think it through for a second. You marry Oprah. Now I got Oprah Winfrey money. Right.
Right.
She's going to give me at least what she's giving Gail. Oh,
yeah, she's going to give you an allowance.
Yeah.
I have to sneeze.
I can use that. As you know, Anna, I take a lot of my money. Wait, Anna put her sneeze. Folks, you can really see how the sausage is packed here because...
I told you I'm having allergies today.
Okay. As you know, Anna, I take a lot of my money and put it towards trying to help people.
Yeah.
So if I have some Oprah money, I can help a lot more people.
Yeah, for sure.
That's number one. So
and then she would get on the Vinnie bandwagon and finally preach something that helped people.
Probably not. Yeah,
she would.
She'd divorce me pretty quickly, and then I would have a severance package and the whole thing. So I could use all that money to try to do good. I'm killing Oz.
Yeah.
He needs to be dead.
Yeah.
Right.
I just can't. I can't stand Jillian. I'd have to kill her.
But here's the thing about...
She's sexier than Oz.
But here's the thing.
That's for sure.
Here's the thing. How can I help the world more? Well, less Oz is better. So I'm killing Oz.
Okay.
And I'm fucking Jillian for several reasons. Number one, she's hot.
She's hot.
She doesn't have much of a face. It's not much. She always looks like she just smelled dog shit.
Yeah, she does have that little sneer.
Yeah, so she's not my look, but she's got kind of a hot body.
Yeah, she has a sex appeal about her.
And I've always wanted to bang a lesbian that was an out lesbian versus the kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So I could kill a lot of birds with that stone. So I'm killing Oz, I'm marrying Oprah, and I'm fucking Jillian Michaels. Folks, if you like what's going on here...
If you learned about fitness today. Actually, we taught you many scams that you could run at any department store in the 90s. So just get yourselves a time machine. Use the discount code Vinnie, VINNIE.
Anna, we haven't picked an Amazon winner for 2 weeks. And that's because...
Do you have one?
I don't. I didn't pick any. But Anna, remind me next week to pick two people. Because
yeah, we will.
I didn't have a chance to get, we're rushing around. We had to do a bunch of shows today. And as you can tell, Yeah. So anyway, next week we will pick a couple of winners, if Anna reminds me.
Right.
if you want a really great book, what you want to do is get Eat Happy by Anna Vocino.
Yeah, you do.
We keep it around here. You should keep it around there.
Yeah.
Used it last night, Anna. I made your broccoli. I know how to make it already, but I opened to the page the broccoli with the how you say the bacon.
Broccoli.
The bacon.
I was broccoli with the bacon. Yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
Great.
This is podcast number 6 in a row for me.
Yeah, this has been a long day.
Yeah, and I got to go do one more with Andy right now.
I got to go do a show. I got to leave for Flappers.
Yeah. So look, folks, you know what to do. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com, click through the banner, bookmark it, use it every time. It puts coal on the fire, gets our train down the track. Get the book, Eat Happy. On behalf of Anna Vocino, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with enthusiasm.